Yeah, it doesn't matter. She'll bring some coffee over and we can do both. We're live right now, audio. And so what we're going to do is we'll start with this. There we go. It's live audio but not live video.
Okay.
We got a countdown going.
Thank you.
And that's milk for you guys.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem. We do have an early bird special that's 2 eggs, hash browns, and biscuit and gravy for $4.99.
Well, thank you very much. We had breakfast in the motel, so...
You're good, you're
we are
good. You want me
full
to
now.
take these out of the way, guys?
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you very
I'll
much.
have some breakfast in a few
You
minutes.
just yell at me, Jim, and I'll be back. But I will be back around 4 o'clock.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Može se da to jest.
I'm going to try this. I've never done before, but what we're going to try to do is I'll try to do an audio recording that I can edit later and do a 2-part audio podcast. And this one will be the video. This will be live right now. See, it's good morning. Good morning, Rosie. Rosie Ramos is watching us right now
Oh, hi. Hi, Rosie.
on Facebook. And the only thing people on Facebook see is this screen, which is just the flowers and a countdown until it goes live. I thought I'd try to, Jan might want to try to hide there, but if we want to sneak him in, I can do that as well.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad you guys got to rest a little bit last night.
Yeah. We are fresh to today morning, so prepared for
Yeah.
next trip.
Headed for Williams.
Yeah. We'll see if it will be possible to go more far, maybe Flagstaff. But Williams is a destination for today, as we planned.
And this is the newest generation of the Route 66 navigation app, right? That we're testing it, make sure no bugs, everything's good, everything works. Adding a few things.
We want to be just prepared well for upcoming season, because last year we collected feedback from our users about the navigation, and we listened to them a lot, what they miss in the navigation, what they want to improve, and we prepared a lot of new improvements and new features in our application. So this is what we are testing now, right now on Route 66. We try to adjust everything to be sure that everything will work well. And during the April, we plan next major update of our application, which will be prepared for next season.
Very good. It was sure good to get together last night and just relax a little bit, wasn't it? Just unwind and visit. We sure, Judy and I sure just enjoy seeing you two. Judy's been really looking forward to this for quite a while. This was good.
Yes, it was really pleasant evening with you both. Talk about everything, and
We haven't got into the apricot yet, but
yeah.
soon.
Yeah, we brought some small gifts for you. Some
Yes.
specialties from Central Europe.
I may have some smiles that people won't understand, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Got a beautiful day. We're down at Rutherford's 66 Family Diner this morning. I want to thank Tammy for having us down here. Rutherford's is a pretty neat little place here on Route 66. It started out as a Denny's back in the 1960s. And, of course, Tammy and her family have just done a tremendous job with this place.
Yeah, I love this place.
We had, now we're live with the video.
Oh, hi.
And what we're going to do is we will add a little touch to this thing and we'll let people know who you are. And that's Mr. Marion Pavel with Route 66 Navigation and the Route 66 Passport. Mother Road Route 66 Passport.
Hi to everyone.
So, the Route 66 Navigation, you came out with this last year.
Yeah.
And this is the second generation application?
This year it will be 1 year when we are on the market. The iOS version was launched in March, so 1 year ago. And Android version we launched at June last year. So this year it will be second generation of the application with new improvements, new features, and as I said before, we listened last year our users' feedback. We considered a lot how to improve application based on the feedback, and we are prepared with new features and improvements for upcoming season on Route 66.
Well, I like the way that you guys have focused on providing a service for the community. You know, people can contact you and update the points of interest. You know, and you do that awful quick. And then the calendar of events is a really nice feature because a lot of people traveling the route, like rodeos, I get a lot of inquiries, people wanting information about rodeos.
Mm-hmm.
And having the list of events on there, it's a real gift for the communities and event organizers to have something like this. But it really enhances a travel, like Chillin' on Beale, the third Saturday of every month. If people know about it, instead of sitting in their hotel at night and they find out there's a car show just 3 blocks down the street, it's going to make the trip a lot better for them.
Yeah, of course. We are travelers, and all what we are doing is based on our interest as a travelers. So we try to make service for travelers from travelers. So we are lucky because we have a perspective of foreign tourists on Route 66, and we are all the time thinking what can be valuable and interesting for tourists on Route 66. So it means that we created content management system for our points of interest, so we are able to update all points of interest in a minute. It's really important for us because Route 66 is changing all the year.
All the time.
And it's really important to provide the tourists updated information about the businesses and places on Route 66. And the same it's for events, because if you travel Route 66, many times it's really interesting to stop at some place and attend some event.
Yeah.
Which is locally organized at the places. So it's the same thing. We have a system which is really flexible for updating of events, and we are of course doing that. So if anybody sends us information that some event or points of interest is missing in our application, we are able to publish it really quick.
This is it's really exciting because and this is at route66navigation.com, right?
Yeah, this is our website.
Get more information on that. I've been tinkering with the app a little bit, and I find it really interesting. Of course, you can't beat Jerry McClanahan's book. You just can't. You know, Jerry's. You know, one of the things that fascinates me with Route 66 so much is that we live with all this technology. Everybody's using smartphones, and the most popular guide that people carry on Route 66 is out of the 1950s, Jerry's guide. But things like your navigation app go hand in glove with his book, because like you said, it's updated in real time. He's got, you know, the maps, but you can't always do that when you're driving or on a motorcycle or different things. You know, you can't use that, and the app is.
Sometimes it can be really complicated to drive with paper maps. So this is a reason why we decided to create application with a navigation, because we consider it as the most comfortable way how to drive Route 66. But of course, Jerry's asset guide is something like Bible for us.
Yeah.
This is a great book. We love it. Of course, we bought it and we use it on Route 66 because. You know, there is first-timers on Route 66 which are not really experienced, and I recommend them to travel the most visited part of Route 66. Yeah. But if you are on Route 66, let me say 4th, 5th time, you want to discover the old sections and dead ends, and for that reason, the EasyT guide is a best source of information when you want to explore the historic sections of Route 66. Out of the main routes.
Well, the other thing with the guide, and I didn't even, you know, it's funny how sometimes you don't even think of these things, and other people have to show it to you, even though it's in front of your face. But my book, 100 Things to Do on Route 66 Before You Die, and Jerry's book, a lot of people take those and use them as souvenir book, get signatures.
Yeah.
Sam Fiorella here in Kingman, she was showing me she did this with my book, and I thought, well, why didn't I advertise it that way? Where people stop, like here at Rutherford's, and they get the owners to sign the book and they have a souvenir. And that's why a paper book has its advantages, but you can't really sign the app. You know,
Yeah,
you can't
this is-
autograph the app.
Yeah, of course.
But you know, the technology, like your app, enhances. If a person will use it, it just enhances the entire trip.
Yeah.
It makes life so much easier for you. You can enjoy Route 66 more.
You can
You're
focus
not-
more
Focus,
on
exactly.
attractions on the
Yeah.
side of Route 66 because you are not in the stress where to turn right or where
Yeah.
to turn left. Especially in the large cities, it's
Yeah.
really valuable source of information how to go through Chicago, St. Louis, or let me say Los Angeles because it's not easy to manage travel
Yeah.
through Los Angeles for people.
Even people who live there.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's
What is a pity is that a lot of people avoid Route 66 in Los Angeles and they travel just highway to Santa Monica.
yeah.
So I hope that our application will help them find the right way, the old sections of Route 66 in the city, and explore it because Foothill Drive is a beautiful place to travel in Los Angeles.
You know, you just have to plan it. You just got to realize if you follow Route 66 from San Bernardino to Santa Monica, it's 60 some miles of nothing but stoplights. That's
Yeah.
just it. But if you don't do that, you miss out on so much. And there's things you can do with a lot of the big cities, but Los Angeles is one. For example, a lot of times I stay at the Saga in Pasadena. It's only a couple blocks from the train station, and
Yeah.
you can take the train 10 minutes right straight down in the old historic district, the original Western Terminus where the old theaters are,
Yeah.
and Grand Central Market, which I just love. And if you plan the trip like early Saturday mornings, it's no worse than Stockton Hill Road in Kingman, Foothill. The traffic is no worse at all. And on Sunday mornings, early I went down to Grand Central Market last year, met with Scott Piotrowski, and who does tours, guided tours there in LA. And we went, I drove downtown from San Bernardino in just
Thank you.
15 minutes. There was almost no traffic.
Yeah.
I found a parking lot with 4 cars in it, $5 to park. It's Sunday morning, so it's just planning your trip. It's like anything, you know, planning the trip is key.
But anyways, we recommend people to reserve minimally half day to travel Los
Oh, yeah.
Angeles part of Route 66 because many lights, but there is a lot of places worth to stop.
Yeah.
Let me say Rancho Cucamonga service station or Wigwam Motel or Aztec Hotel, which will be open soon.
Oh, I
again.
hope so. I hope that'll be open soon. That is a neat place. Have you ever got to go in there yet?
Yes, last time we met the owners, and they let us in to see the lobby of the motel. And unfortunately, they promised that they will open in January. It was last year in November when we met, and they postponed it. I think that they had some construction problems with the building. And what I read, the last information is that they plan to open it in June this year. So I cross the fingers to make it happen.
No.
Because this is a beautiful place.
It's one of the unique places, and there's some places on Route 66. LA, just like with any big city, Los Angeles, Chicago, St. Louis, it can become a vacation in itself.
Yep.
But it's a difficult thing. One place I discovered on Route 66 that's an unlikely attraction is the cemetery, Hollywood Forever Cemetery
Yeah.
in Santa Monica Boulevard. Toto the dog from The Wizard of Oz is buried there, the guitarist for the Ramones. And now it's a beautiful park-like setting, and they've started doing like movies at night. You bring your lawn chair, you can sit in the cemetery, and they show movies on the walls of the tombs.
Really?
Yeah, of the different movie stars. It's really kind of
So we need to check it next time. This is
this
interesting information.
this project right here has really got my interest. This
Thank you.
is an idea who's come, and some people were worried that this was going to be seen as competition for the Arizona passport, but it's two different animals. The Arizona Route 66 passport and this, it's like comparing apples and oranges. It's two totally different things.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't think we want to compete to Arizona
No.
passport.
Got the artwork of Joyce Cole.
Yep, from Pontiac,
Yes.
really talented artist, which we cooperate with, and yeah, this is total different concept of the passport. For first time, we try to create passport for whole Route 66 because this is something what we are miss on Route 66 because we think that tourists and roadies on Route 66 deserves more fun.
Yeah.
And also, we have a really certain goal to promote visitor centers on Route 66 because I think that this is most valuable way how to promote local businesses most efficiently through these visitor centers and how to help grow all the small businesses on Route 66 through the activities in this passport.
Yeah, and funneling the people. If you get people to the visitor centers or the key locations,
Yep.
then the visitor center can do their job and funnel the people into the community. And
This is exactly what we want to achieve with this project. Of course, we are open to cooperation with advertisers and some big businesses on Route 66, which can support this passport activity.
It's an expensive project,
Yeah.
so it's going to take some serious funding. But it's also an incredible promotional opportunity for people to invest their advertising dollars in.
Yeah.
And communities can invest their marketing dollars in this, and I think they'll see a solid return on investment.
Yeah, we will bring possible 20,000 visitors to the places which will be promoted in the passport. So I consider it as a great advertising opportunity, as well for visitor centers as for businesses on Route 66.
And you're headed, doing it backwards, so to speak. You're headed for Chicago on this trip.
Yes, that's the final destination for us.
Ah, very good. Well, I hope people who find you and see you on the road will take time to holler at you. Just got to look for Route 66 navigation test car
Yeah.
on the road.
All the time we have signages on the car so people can stop us and make some small talk.
Yeah.
It's a good opportunity to meet us and talk about the navigation on Route 66. And people a lot of times meet us, stop us, and talk with us. It's fun.
Well, that's the beauty of Route 66 is exactly that, taking time to meet with people.
Yeah.
You know, and you meet the most fascinating people on the road, and from all over the world. There's other, Route 66 isn't the most scenic or historic highway, but it's got a magic about it. It transcends barriers of language, of color. I've sat down. Judy and I have sat down, and we've had a lunch with some people from Japan. They spoke no English, and I spoke no Japanese, and we had a great time because of this road. It's pretty darn amazing.
2 years ago, we met two Italian roadies on mopeds. It was really din 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 on Route 66. They didn't any word in English. They spoke just Italian, and they did whole the Route 66 from Chicago to Los Angeles. And it was really fun because we met them 3 times on Route 66, what is not very usual. And spoke with them with hands and legs. But yeah, this is magic. This is something magic on Route 66 that you can meet the people with the same setup, same passion for travel. And 2 days ago, for example, we stopped at Rosie's, Fender's River Resort. We spent a great night with her and Ed Klein, which he met him. Fortunately there, and with Kevin from Ambo's Roy Cafe.
He's a really neat fella too.
And this is what I like because all the time you meet the people and you can talk hours and hours about Route 66 and traveling. And it's really amazing to hear them, hear the stories.
You know, and what I found interesting too, what I just never cease to, but good morning, Ray. Crazy Ray from Cool Springs is watching us this morning. One of the things I never, it just amazes me. Growing up on this road, I never thought it would take me like to Zlin or Bratislava and the friends I've made. But it doesn't matter if we're sitting in Rutherford in Kingman, Arizona, talking Route 66, or in a festival in Zlin.
Yes.
It's the same. It's fun. Some of the people that we had, I met at Zlin. I was really surprised. 2 weeks later, they showed up in Kingman and spent the day here. We went down and had coffee and had a great morning together. And it's just amazing that this road will connect people all over the world like that.
Yeah, we are currently in contact with travelers which are using our application Route 66, and they send us email each 2 days, and I'm pretty sure that we will meet them and cross our roads.
That would be great, because
Yeah.
then that would be wonderful. Be able to sit down with people who are using the app, talk to them, and you talk about getting first-hand information.
This is great because they gave us really positive feedback. They love our application and travel using that, and it will be fun to meet them on Route 66 and get some coffee with them.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to it.
Well, I know, you've gotten a couple bad reviews here and there, but a lot of times, some people are just going to cry even if you hang them with a new rope. They're just, if you paid for their trip, bought their gasoline, and kissed their dog, they would still complain. And
We are not happy for that, but that's life.
yeah, and if people will just give things a try, and I think you've got a winner here, and I hope people will give it a shot.
Yeah.
66 navigation. I think it will really enhance their trip. I really do. And I hope that people will see value in advertising and getting behind and sponsoring this passport. Have you had any interest from communities, people that's really want to get behind this?
Yeah, because they will be promoted as well in our application. So there is not just promotion of the passport,
Yeah.
advertisement there, but there is a lot of synergies how we can promote the businesses and how can help them to get more visitors and more tourists for their businesses.
Very good. Well, and you probably won't be back, you say, till fall. Your next trip on Route 66
Yeah.
will probably be fall.
Yeah. We plan, usually we plan minimum 2 trips per year regarding to our application, but maybe we'll be lucky and we will guide some people from Slovakia or Czech Republic this year, and maybe it will be third time on Route 66 this year. We'll see, we are working on that.
Well, either way, it'd be good to see you, and it'd be great to see a tour down the road, see if we can help you with that. But I don't have, right now, I'm supposed to be at the Miles of Possibilities conference, and like we met last year back in, this year it's in Normal, Illinois, in the fall. So I'm sure we'll cross paths on the road. Or
Yeah, we'll be glad to attend the Miles of Possibility, because last year it was a great event. We met a lot of people there. There was a lot of opportunities to speak with the people and exchange information and experience with business on Route 66. So I think this kind of event, of conference, is really valuable for people who are living and make business on Route 66. I really like that concept.
yeah, there's a need for a convention. It's always good to have a festival because you need to have the fun of Route 66.
Yeah.
But you also need to have a place where you can get together and discuss the business of Route 66. And that's what it was designed as. That event was originally the Crossroads of the Past and Future conference here in Kingman. We launched that in the 2014 Route 66 International Festival. And it evolved into the annual Miles of Possibilities conference in Illinois. And I just think it's a really great concept.
Yeah.
It really makes a huge difference.
Because I think that there is a lot of room for cooperation on Route 66 and a lot of white places which can be fulfilled with
Yeah.
some reasonable projects. And this is platform for exchanging of information and for new contacts, let me say.
Good morning, Angie. How are you? Angie said she met with you at Miles of Possibility last year.
Hi.
Well, guys, thank you for doing this morning, and I hope you have a safe trip and a fun trip. And Jan, we look forward to your next visit, too. Hope we see you on the road. Otherwise, we're going to have to come over there and visit you. But we wouldn't mind that too much at all. We were so welcome. And for the folks in Europe, this is a little bit off Route 66. But I got to tell you, Bratislava, what an amazing city. I was so impressed.
Thank you. We will possibly meet with Terry Ribburn from Normal, which is preparing visit of Central Europe, and hopefully we'll meet in Bratislava and we will have opportunity to get a coffee. So I'm looking forward to
Oh,
it.
good, good. Yes.
To invite Terry in Bratislava, and
Well-
of course anybody from Route 66 when travel Route 66 is invited in our countries, and we'll be glad to show them
This is good.
our city.
Your hospitality was most appreciated. Guys, thank you everybody for joining us this morning. We'll be back Friday, but thank you, Marian, for doing this morning, and hope you guys have a great trip. It was really good to see you.
Thank you very much too.
If I get any pictures of me being a little cross-eyed with that apricot brandy, I'll make sure that you get a copy of that. Folks, we'll see you on Friday morning. Take care.
Bye bye.